Little smoked turkey. Alrighty, I believe I heard a bell, which means it's time for the main event, which brings out this little guy. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Hello, my little ragtime gal. Yay! Alrighty. So what we're gonna do, since I've been touching it, I gotta change a glove. And right back here, boom. Now we have the first thing is some oil. You notice I'm touching it with the area of the glove that I did not touch the bird with. So what we're going to do is throw some on here. Then we're going to take our little tool. Tickle, 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 tickle. Get that oil all over the bird. And you saw there was a little extra as it poured down. There's a reason for that. We're dipping our brush into it and getting all over. Now, I'm going to put that over there for now. However, we did this backwards for a reason, because all of our seasoning is going to drop down with the juices. So now we get to flip it breast side over on top. And of course with the oil it gets a little bit slippery. There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing on the breast side. But we're going to do a few different things, including the seasoning when it comes to the breast sides. Breast side. Now this oil is going to be doing a couple of different things as it cooks.
What is the plastic thing? Is it keeping the legs together?
Absolutely, absolutely. As my assistant chef brought out, this plastic thing right here keeps the legs together so that as it cooks, your legs don't spread open and break off during cooking. Yes, 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 I hear the jokes. But no, that is exactly why it is. Other places, like if you were deep frying your turkey, you would actually tie your wings together as well for the same reason. Now, with all that being done, it's time that we make a mess. Who's with me? I'm going to start off with butter. And wouldn't you know, it's a fresh butter, but more than likely we're probably going to use this entire tub. And the reason that I'm using the glove is to prevent cross-contamination and salmonella. But being that this tub is strictly for this, I'm not worried about double dipping the glove in the butter. Like I said, we're going to be making a mess here, but when we transfer it over to the pan that we're actually going to be cooking this turkey in, that's got the tinfoil on it, and you'll see it here shortly. You'll see. It actually comes out pretty neat. Thank you for my assistant chef here, as I didn't think to put two gloves on at once. Thank you. Now, you see all the butter on the skin. One thing I like to do is separate the skin, and I have done it in videos in the past, where I separate the skin and get some butter underneath. And what that does, because we're going to be smoking this turkey tomorrow, as that butter melts and the turkey cooks, that's going to keep your breast meat or your white meat nice and moist. And let me tell you something. Who out there doesn't like nice, moist, white breast meat? Between the oil and this butter that we're putting on, that is going to add so much color to that skin. And as I said, moisture, all that's going to be real good. Now, always try to be careful when you're taking the gloves off. When it comes to the seasoning, we're going to start just by not even rubbing on yet, but we're going to put on some poultry seasoning. And again, that's going to help with the coloring. Doesn't have to be nice and even just yet. If you've ever heard the term dry rub, yep, we're going to rub it in. We're going to throw on not too much, but a little bit of onion powder for some flavor. And again, once it all gets rubbed in.
Do you put anything in the cat seat?
No, because what's going to wind up happening is as the juices fall through the cavity, it's going to just wipe out any flavoring that's in there. And as it cooks, it's going to have the juices. So that's anything that falls off the edges is going to fill that cavity with the juices and the flavoring. But that's a very good question. Thank you. Now this one, I always say, be careful. You're not doing pasta or an Italian dish. You just need a slight hint of garlic if that's something that you're into. Now, remember, please remember that this is not an exact science. This is just what I like to serve for my family. Again, oregano, totally optional. Thyme. Everybody knows what happens with thyme and anatomy. So you just want to put a little bit of thyme on that anatomy so it doesn't all sag. At this point is when you're going to want to, one-handedly, just go ahead and rub it. I can already feel in my fingers that the butter and the oil are really holding the flavors in. The seasoning, I should say. I can't taste it yet. It's raw. From that side, assistant chef, does it look like it's pretty even on the side that's facing the camera? Put a little bit more on the wing. Can I tickle the wing? Coochie coochie coo! I see what you're saying here. Notice I did not dip into that seasoning. I just poured it on the glove to rub it. We're looking good there. Alrighty. And just to be even, I'm going to do the same thing. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to do the same thing on this side to make it a little more even. Assistant Chef, how's it looking over there?
Just underneath the thigh.
Just underneath? Right there? And I'm just going with the poultry seasoning. Now for coloring, that's going to be our coup de grace. You don't want to add too much paprika, but it will add some nice coloring right at the end. So you just sprinkle I'm trying to be an artiste about it without giving it any overpowering flavor. And because I did not touch the bird, we don't have to worry about cross-contamination. And the same thing with a little bit of ground cayenne. Not too much because that can kick real hard. But just enough to add a little bit of color. Once again, I ask my assistant chef, how's it looking from that side?
Good.
All right, I like to hear that.
The cayenne will give it a little bit of warmth.
It'll give it a little warmth without kicking your taste buds. So we ready? Let's go throw this thing in the smoker. I don't think so. There's 2 more spices. Again, to your flavoring. We've been using it all night. Just sprinkle a little bit of salt, and that's going to help also retain some moisture.
It also breaks down the sinews and makes it tender.
See, I knew I married her for a reason. Some sinews and flavor, you say?
It breaks down the sinews and makes it very tender.
Oh, okay. I never did learn how to use this. So we're going to do a test? All right. You want to do some coarse pepper on it. And again, this is just for flavor. Doesn't really give it too much color, but it'll give it a nice peppery flavor without kicking you in your mouth. So now we're ready to throw it in the smoker, right? No? I'm getting a head shake from the other side of the camera. Why not?
We've got to put it in the container first.
Oh, you're right, you're right. Since we're going to be touching the raw turkey, got to throw on some fresh gloves, right? Move everything off to the side here because we're going to put it in the container as it's been deemed. Breast side up. I feel like I'm doing a dance here, folks. I'm not touching the turkey. What I like to do, well, I'm not moving the tin foil. I like to put a little lip up here. And in the smoking process, I'm not sure it'll be on video. As it's smoking, after about 4 hours, just grab these 2 lips and pull it off. Just like that, it's done twice. Now, I joked about throwing it on the smoker right away. What we're going to do is we're going to let it sit like this overnight so that all the flavors can soak right into the turkey. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully with some footage of the smoking? If not, you see how we pre-prepared for Thanksgiving when somebody's got to work on the actual holiday.
From Matt and myself to you and your family, we wish you a wonderful, blessed Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.